I'm Angel, and this is me, number 340 Valkyrie in the world. In other words, top 0.02%. And I'm sure everyone's heard of the upcoming Valkyrie buffs, and I just wanted to give what a Valk main's thoughts on these buffs are. Here is the list of buffs for Valkyrie. Biggest change, she's becoming a recon legend. Which kind of makes sense because she already has scans from her ult and can get info very easily from flying around. I do believe she is more skirmisher than recon, but of the current skirmisher legends, she is definitely the most recon-like. The reason this is such a big deal though, is because this makes her the strongest entry fragging recon character. Because she will be the only entry fragging recon character. And having those two roles on one character opens up a character slot on the team. Next up, you have the fuel tank upgrade, now includes 50% reduction in refuel delay to 4 seconds, was 8. This is insane. I feel like you basically have to take this perk, because 4 seconds is less time than it takes to pop a battery. Which means you're basically always going to have fuel at any given time. This is such an insane buff if once you get the purple perk for this. Gaining threat vision while jetpacking stays on until the feet hit the ground zipline. I think this was just added because it makes her more recon-like and it's like their excuse to say, oh, she's a recon now. This is kind of like that. The jetpack UI now has a refuel delay timer. Quality of life, doesn't actually do anything. More agile jetpack handling that feels similar to Valk's release. In theory, I haven't seen it yet, but I think this is going to be huge. I think this is going to be one of the best buffs for her here. Her tactical also got incredibly buffed. Here's the list of all the things here. Move slow stun duration increased by 50%. That's insane. That's 3 seconds down instead of the 2 second stun, which gives a lot more time to swing around a corner once you stun someone and kill them. Missile explosion radius increased by 20%. I don't think anyone's going to notice this. I'm pretty sure this is irrelevant. Minimum attack range decreased by 25%. Can hit enemies that are closer. Shooting the enemies that are closer, that's nice. I think what's really big about this is I believe it's going to be a lot easier to just break doors, which is one of the most underrated things about Valkyrie. People never expect it being able to break doors, and I think this will make that easier. Max missile travel time is now 4 seconds, was 4.5. You'll feel it, but I don't actually think it'll change much. And same thing with the fire rate missiles now launching all missiles is now at 25 fire rate, was 18. That's a decent change in numbers, but again, I feel like these will be, it'll just feel nice. I don't think it'll actually change too much. Biggest things being probably easier to break doors now, and the slow stun duration is going to be insane. That's 3 seconds now. And her perks also got reworked. Aerial Expert removed, which is good because no one ever picked this, and if you did, you don't know what you're doing. This one basically increased her horizontal movement by 11%, which wasn't noticeable at all. It wasn't even vertical movement, it was just horizontal. And full coverage moved to level 2, added reduced attack cooldown, which it might be worth taking now. Because this perk was also terrible. There was no, you didn't have to think about what perks you took. Because the two alternatives were just absolutely terrible. This though, with the 3x5 pattern, I don't think is that big of a deal. If anything, it makes it harder to break doors. But it's the 5 second cooldown that might make it worth choosing. And she has a new perk, Eyes in the Sky, ignores LOS check on the skydive scan and increases the range by 40 meters. 40 meter range will be nice, but ignoring the LOS scan is going to be insane. You'll just have a flying map room scan whenever you ult. This is going to be tough to choose between. For the perks, I believe you still take the 15% ult height. I don't think the cooldown is worth it. But this is going to be a tough choice though, between Eyes in the Sky and full tank. Because full tank is going to be insanely strong for fighting in a building and all that. You get more fuel and it halves the refuel delay. That is absurd. But also ignoring LOS check, you'll never land on a team ever. You will always guarantee a safe location to land whenever you Valk ult. Every single time. There's no, maybe there's a team in the building, might have to fight them. No, you know every single time. So that's going to be insane. Overall, these buffs are well deserved, as evac towers were one of, if not the dumbest addition to Apex Legends. Having a survival item that just replaces a character had zero thought put into it. Like, they would never add smoke grenades because Bangalore already does that. So why replace Valkyrie like that? Ideally, I would prefer to have none of these buffs and just remove evac towers. But if evac towers are going to stay, then having Valkyrie's combat ability buffed is a nice alternative. Thanks for watching, and subscribe if, I don't know, you want Horizon to get nerfed, because it would be funny.